so many times when we were reading this. I kept saying, it's a classic. It's gotta have a good ending.
Yes.
And every chapter, I would feel a little less certain about my statement. I don't know. This might be the classic. That is not worth it. It was totally worth it. Hello, I'm Angelica Cable, homeschool mom of 3, as well as teaching some other dear friends. I'm loving getting into our high school years, and I want to pull back the curtain on our high school homeschool to encourage others to enjoy the end of their high school journey. We recently finished reading The Vicar of Wakefield, and it was a wild ride with a rough beginning and a beautiful ending. This is a 2-part podcast. Part 1 has no spoilers and will help you have a smoother start to the book. Listen to Part 2 after reading the book, or if you want a bunch of spoilers to see if it's worth your while after all. In this discussion, I have Adeline, a 15-year-old, and my daughter, Esther, who's 13. We'll jump right in with talking about our first impressions of the book, The Vicar of Wakefield. My first impressions was instantly, this is going to be a story about home and family. And I kept saying, is this a comedy? Is this a comedy? I think this is a comedy. I was questioning constantly.
I think mine from the first and second chapters, which were describing the vicar and his family and their dynamics. I thought it was very serious. A lot like Benjamin Franklin's autobiography. He was setting everything up. And then as you go on, it gets a lot more comedic and there's a lot more laughing and crazy stuff. But the first 2 chapters, I thought it was very serious.
I thought it was a comedy, and I was very confused why we were even reading it. Because it felt super dumb. This is the dumbest dad ever who doesn't understand what he's doing, and all these bad things are happening, and I don't even know how this can go well. And here's a quote that I thought at the beginning. I always had the satisfaction of finding he never came back to return them. About how they said if they didn't like people that came over, like bad people, they just give them a piece of furniture and then they go away with it and they never bring it back.
Yeah,
That's smart, but still, it was just very silly.
What themes would you recommend people look out for? I would say the hospitality or the family. I think that's a real strength of the book.
My theme was the daughters are so important. This one definitely focused in on the trials and adversities of having daughters.
Adeline will talk about this more later, but definitely watch for the marriage. The first chapter is very long and tedious about it, but it is important. And marriage is the theme of the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Would you recommend this book? And who would you recommend it to?
I would recommend it to anyone who enjoys reality TV. It's very dramatic and it's very comedic. And I love making fun of reality TV a lot. Even baking shows, you'll be watching them and there's this behind drama. I love making fun of it. This definitely reflects that, the goofiness of these serious situations.
I do not think I would recommend this to boys.
Oh no.
It's just too girly. The main characters is a man, but it's about his daughters.
Yeah.
And it's so long and so tedious. And you got to keep in mind that it's going to end and it's going to get to the point. And chapter 21, it gets to the point where you can actually start being able to want to read the next chapter.
Yeah.
21 out of 32 chapters. That's so long.
I agree. I would definitely recommend it to high school girls and above.
Mm-hmm.
But I have 3 girls. So I don't know. Maybe boys like reality TV that doesn't have much action.
I don't think my brother would really like that.
Right? Yeah.
Get them to read about Daniel Boone.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I would say this is not the book to help you fall in love with reading.
No.
So if your child does not like reading, I would not assign The Vicar of Wakefield to them. But if they already love reading, I do think it's a fantastic book to help you with even with a challenging book. So many times when we were reading this, I kept saying, it's a classic. It's gotta have a good ending.
Yes.
And every chapter, I would feel a little less certain about my statement. I don't know. This might be the classic. That is not worth it. It's possible. And it was totally worth it. I think it was a really good book to prove that some books do take 21 chapters to get good. But this book would be much better on the second read.
Yes.
The most satisfying ending I have read all year long.
Give tips for people starting out this book. What do they need to know to help them when they're getting started?
So with pacing, it's difficult because it is a lot to get through. But then again, it's very slow. So I feel like you do need to have kind of fast pace with it. It was nice when you're reading chapter and that'll keep piquing your interest as you keep going.
We broke up in over 10 weeks.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was the best. I mean, there was some point I said, I think we're just going too slow, and that's why we're not getting into it. But it was a lot to read. It's not a quick read.
Yeah.
So I'm really not sure.
We were only doing 3 chapters a week. If you did one every single day, 7 days a week, I think that would be perfect.
Me too. Yep. A chapter a day would be great.
And not speeding through it. There's a lot of good stuff in there. You just got to be able to take the time to read it. It's not like Benjamin Franklin. We just keep going back to him.
Other tips?
If you're not a big fan of slow or hard to understand books, this, I think, is a starting point. But when you're reading it, remember that people appreciate this book, and you should try to appreciate it as well. Even if you don't like it, just appreciate it for what it is. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean you can't appreciate it. And that's like a huge thing I have, especially about art or books especially. A lot of people, I do this a lot actually. It's like, no, I won't read that. I have this thing about the Green Ember. I refuse to read it. I guess I gotta read it now because I'll be hypocritical. But if you don't really like books like this, you just gotta learn that even though I don't like it, it is profitable for me to read stuff like this and acquire a taste.
Right. I was thinking of something on the same lines, that every book that I assign you all, I do not expect to be your favorite book.
No.
Like, I'm not trying to find your new favorite. That's actually really not the goal. It's really to more expand your taste. I want them to all be valuable. I don't really want you to hate the book like you did for the first 20 chapters. But there's more to life than just finding your next new favorite read. That's more of an entertainment idea. You can grow actually from the book. And you can definitely grow from this book.
Like, that's how I felt about Oliver Twist. And I just had to think this was a profitable thing to do, even though I despised reading it. But then also think about, so what was good about it?
Yeah.
What was and what is good? And also look for the points of connection, too. I often do this when I'm reading, like, the Bible or Federalist paper, which their Bible's a lot easier to read than Federalist paper.
That's so true.
But you're looking for the points of connection and not necessarily all the little things. And that's why notation is also helpful. I suggest getting a good copy so you can mark in it. So this is important later, I think. And then you can go back and look at it. So that's nice.
Keeping a character list would be very helpful because every character comes back up.
Yes.
So it's not worthless. The character that just was brought up is not worthless. They will come up again. And you need to evaluate them to see what their true character is.
Because there's some tricky people in there.
It's a character mystery, I would say. Another thing.
Comedic character mystery.
Character mystery.
There we go.
That's it. Another thing I would say is if you can bring yourself to like the vicar, you will enjoy the book a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
But it's very easy to despise the vicar. But try to see his good side. There's some good things. And if you're like, oh, he's such a likable character, I think you'll enjoy the book more. Did we mention with a tip that it's a slow beginning, but it gets really good, chapter 21, and has a very worthwhile ending. Try to read it as a mystery, like you said, examining it while you go, and then expecting it all to come together.
There are some very, very shocking things. So if you can try to figure it out, read it like you would a murder mystery.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. And read it in community. It would have been really not fun to read alone.
No.
And hard to understand when you can't bounce ideas off each other. So finding others to read it with you is a great idea. I think that's all. I would say we love the Vicar of Wakefield.
Yes.
Now, We would not have said that a few weeks ago.
No. Also, it takes great perseverance of character to finish it.
Yeah.
And you could pat yourself on the back if you do.
Yes. If you read it, we want to hear your thoughts on it. That would be just the dream. We want more community, more thoughts on Vicar of Wakefield would be amazing. So
Definitely. I would love an opinion on someone who did not like the book at all. And I want to hear their points about why they didn't like it. Yeah.
So I can argue with them.
I'm sure we would agree with a lot of them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
I'm
yeah.
sure.
All right. Enjoy reading.